Hello everybody, hi Chris, hi Joe, hi Rita, and Shelley and June and Angela and Sue. That's on YouTube. I'm a little bit late because I've got a my dog's trying to get out. You okay? Go on then. I've got a feeling I'm a little bit out of sync, but I couldn't figure out how to do it, so let me know, but I can't do anything about it, so, but do let me know. Anyway, hello Caroline, Michelle and Margaret and Teresa and Tina and Julie Jones. It's quite hot here as well today, Julie, actually. It's about time. Hi, Andrea and Grace. Susan, Tracy, Christine, Tina, hello to you. And, oh, it's dull in Preston. Oh, that's a shame. Hello, Karen, Jean. Two Jeans together there. Chris, Jill. Chris Ann's in New Orleans. Hello, scorching not in front, says Nikki. Kim's, they went through France. They went to Barcelona. They're now in Switzerland, heading back towards Paris apparently, so yeah, really hot, isn't it, over there? Hello Diane, hello Linda. In sync on Facebook. Oh good, perfectly in sync, says Joe. Thank you. I did think I'm fiddling around with settings when I don't really think there's any need to, but we had a few comments last week, so I just thought I should double check. Right, oh, it's Posh Linda, hello. On the phone at the moment, TV froze on me. Now then, I have known books, but I'm not allowed to send them out yet. But I have been going through, I'm about halfway through all of them, completing the orders, putting them in envelopes, putting addresses on, so as soon as I'm able to send them out, which will probably be Friday, shouldn't be for another week really. Oh, nobody told me that it was exclusive on Create and Craft, honestly. I'll just leave it till after the launch on Sunday. Then I shouldn't be in too much trouble. But you may have started seeing your orders coming through as completed. So in fact they are from our end, but they're all sitting in the pile waiting to go to the post. So please don't think you're going to get them tomorrow, but they are on their way. They are here, they're in the country, they're in bags, they're all labelled up and all ready to go. So that's really excited. I know Andrew, you can stamp your feet as much as you like, but you ain't getting it yet. Yours is one of those. You've probably got your email already. And yours, Shirley. And oh, Susan's been practicing on the Dukey this morning. Oh, hello Diane, watching live. Eventually. Now, first of all, really quickly, we do have a few of the Alice panels in blue. There's only one of this one, it's got a fault on it, and I know it's going to go straight away because we've taken £10 off the price of it, and I just wanted to show you what the fault is. Basically, it got creased in the printers and it's got a white line across there, that's it. Apart from that, everything's fine. So that's under new arrivals. There's only the one like that, but it is almost half price, so I know that's going to go straight away. You can still do the bunting, you can still make the coasters and the cushion covers and anything else, bags, or you know, frame the pictures, anything you want to do with them, but that's just one faulty one. We do, however, have again a small amount of stock of the blue. So we've got some of the pink as well. When they sell out, because I know they're going to go really quickly, they've only come in yesterday, I think we got them on the website. When they sell out, put your name on the waiting list, please, so that we get an idea of how many more we should get printed, because these are practically printed to order, so it helps us out if you can do that. Sarah, well, they didn't turn up on Friday, as you know. They're supposed to turn up today. My niece deals with Create and Craft and everything, and I've texted her or WhatsApped her today, just saying let me know if every pick up. So far they haven't. But you know, it's only 4:05. They've still got an hour or so, haven't they? I've stamped my feet so much with Create and Craft, and so has Lorna, because it's absolutely ridiculous with them at the moment. So we have probably about 500 orders now just sitting there waiting to go out, and just don't turn up, and there's not a lot we can do about it. So if they don't turn up this time, I'm going to try and persuade Create and Craft to use a different courier. Hello Jenny. Christine, hello Pauline. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. There is absolutely nothing we can do about it, and it's so frustrating. I'm getting a continual stream of emails from people saying, where's my parcel? And we've done our bit. Those parcels have been ready to go for almost 3 weeks now. Yes, this is one of the tops we're going to be making. So this is your next month's project from Half Yard Club. It's ever so easy. It's a rectangular fabric, and it's got, you get a template for the neck, but it's basically a rectangle with an hole in it. Just bear with me a second. Sorry, I got one of those doorbell camera things. I've got your internationals being picked up, Rita, if that's one of yours. That's every. They're fine here. They're just not picking up the big ones. I have to get that because our doorbell's not very loud and Gary doesn't hear it sometimes. So I tend to know who's at the door no matter where in the country I am before he does. I'm alright, darling. How are you, Zakaya? How are you? Hello, Anne. Oh, Jan got a FedEx today, but it went to another place with the same postcode and got ripped open. Oh, at least you got it, Anne. Oh, what? Do you know, when I give up this sewing lock, when I retire, maybe I should set up a courier company instead. Hello, Alison Ontario. Alison from Ontario. Just received a purple package with Kim's fabric. Lovely. Hello from Bev in Durban in South Africa. Aren't we all over the place? Blodwin's got a FedEx parcel. Lovely. HA30 is not on the website anymore. Right. It's a Kaya. I shall have to order some then. I'm all on my own. I've got Tyler and Kim both on holiday. Tyler's gone to Slovenia and Kim's travelling around all over the place. So I'm trying my best to get new products on the website and do orders and everything. Doing everything. Gary's building shelves. Hello, Anne. Hi, Joan. Claudia Muggingstoke. Irene said, 54 years ago today I married my wonderful husband. Oh, congratulations, Irene. You've got a parcel going out soon too. Chris Ann's patient. Oh, that's a good job you're patient, isn't it, Chris Ann? Thank you for that. Just turning and finish off a cross-stitching project is Nicole. Lovely. Bought some viscose. Oh, yes, Laura, thank you. Yes, viscose, absolutely perfect. This one is a linen mix. I wouldn't go any heavier at the moment, for something like this, because you want a fabric that's nice and cool, and viscose is absolutely perfect. Sharon's expecting a grandchild. Oh, exciting. I've got a lot of interfacings we're going to have a look at in a second, but we have we've got some new teddy stuff. Look at this. We've had this for a while, to be honest, and we were saving it for winter, but I thought, we have toys all year round. It'll make a lovely throw, or I am thinking there's another project for the Half Yard Club later on doing similar, but I think the neckline needs to be different. I think it needs to be raised somehow, like a funnel neck. That's for later on, and I might use this fabric. It's ever so, let me show you, it's ever so soft. It's really snuggly. Imagine now the dog. Oh, you'd look gorgeous in this. This is the cream, and it is it's a polyester. It's got a knitted back, and it's looped on the front. But for toys, I love a stretch fabric for making toys with, because it's quite forgiving and you don't see the stitches because they sink into it. So mainly asking about, hang on a minute. Jan says, asking about fusible item. My confusion is when I look at tutorials to make quite similar items, you've gone, hang on. Some use one kind and some another. I can guess about the different thicknesses, bringing various stiffnesses to a final item. But then would you use stabiliser or interfacing or Decaville? Are there any that are interchangeable? I'm going to take you through the ones I've got on the website, because if I show you anything else I've got to buy it and I haven't bought anything else in, but I can show you the difference, because I think the ones that we get in, we try to have different, so you're not going to get lots of things that are very, very similar, because I don't see the point. Hello, Alicia. Do a life-size chihuahua with that material. Do you mean a life-size? No. I wouldn't know where to start with a chihuahua. I shall put some thought into it, Jean. Probably not, to be honest. Haven't chihuahuas got long hair? You've got me thinking now. Anyway, we've got colours. So we have cream. We have a mustard. I'd imagine a big ginger dog made out of that one. And we've got a red. So again, for toys it's perfect, but for something to wear, or to, it doesn't fray. It's like jersey in that respect. It's a knitted fabric. In fact, if you stretch it, it curls. So you wouldn't even have to hem it. So it's a really easy fabric to work with if you're just making scarves and things like that. It is incredibly soft. What about bobbin? What about making a bobbin? That would be fun. Who was that in South Africa? Hello, Belinda from South Africa. Welcome along. What time is it over there? What's your weather like in South Africa at the moment? Oh yes, oh, imagine a cat bed. Oh, imagine the claws getting caught in those loops. Hello, Fee. Back on the blooming M6. I've got a bag for you. Might be coming out tomorrow. Hello, Lydia. Right. Then so soft. So soft. This is the, oh, now I think did we call it peach? This is just a jointed tabby head. That would look lovely. Do you know when the woodland animal pouch panel will be in stock? We have them on order, Sue. Hopefully next week. I shall chase and let you know. Janet's dog's not feeling well. Oh, is that a cockerel calling near you or me? It's near you, Anne. I've got chickens, not cockerels, but nobody's calling over here, so it must be your end. So soft. Oh, little baby jackets. Oh, imagine. Oh. So it's a fleece, but it's called luxurious fleece, and there is a reason why. It's just, I wish you could just put your hands in here and do that. A wrap for coming out of the shower. Oh, I don't know if it's going to be absorbent. I think I'd maybe go for something a little more cottony than a polyester. No, actually, a dressing gown, that would be nice in it. It's not like toweling, so it's not absorbent, but it would make something, a throw, or even something like what I'm wearing would be really good. What stops looking at this? We've got a seam here. So there's a seam there, Andrea, so it doesn't open up too far at the side. You can make that higher if you wanted to, or lower if you needed to as well. So nobody's going to see your bits down your armholes. And then we've got that colour. I love the two together, but I can't think of a project where you'd mix them. Oh yes, snuggling on the sofa, Julie. That would be, you'd never want to get up. A tutorial for your pincushion in your sewing room accessories. I can do that at some point, Maureen. A jumper with a cowl. Oh yes, any of those, I think. You can't stop stroking it once you've got it. A group of us that knit and crochet for the Ukrainians. Oh, that's a nice idea. Cheryl says you wouldn't want me reaching in and feeling the fabric and eating cheesy Wotsits. Oh no, we don't want to be covered in yellow stuff. What else have we got to show you? Plains. Oh, we've got the beach huts back in stock. These are the big beach huts. So I've just had a delivery of these today, actually. And 6 big panels, or 6 big squares, and 16 of the little ones all on that panel. So loads you can do with those. So again, those been really busy. I think they're sold out on Crate and Craft. But they're a bit cheaper with us because we don't put the extra fabric with it. So there's so many different plains that you could mix and match with that. And it's huge and difficult to fold up. Did I miss Janet's idea, Blodwin? Hello, Karen. Would it be messy when you cut the fluffy fleece? Probably, Laura. Yes, but it's worth it. The white would make a lovely polar bear. About a child's dressing gown. Child's dressing gown would be lovely, Cynthia, wouldn't it? Morning, Missy Adams. Right, we've got some new plains. quite a few new planes actually. Whoops. Somebody was asking me, I did reply via email, but which reds will go with the Christmas fabric, which I was hoping was going to arrive today, so hopefully it'll be here tomorrow. So I know there's lots of you with pre-orders for those, so they'll be going out very soon. So I did say with, look at all these we've got, with my Christmas fabric there's two options. I like the hot tomato. This is one of the new ones. That's a Rose and Hubble. It's not so bright, but it does go. But if you wanted a bright red, we do have that's more of a perfect match if you wanted bright. That is the red homespun fabric. But I kind of, maybe with that one, if you go for a red, go for the bright. But I like the softness of the hot tomato. It's not quite as vivid as the bright red. And the other one that goes really well, which we've only just had put on the website, is the lime green. This one again is a Rose and Hubble. That's the one that I used for the samples that we made for Create and Craft last week. I did say that we were going to get it in stock, and there we go, we got it. So that matches really well as well. And the other one that goes with the Christmas fabric, I think, is the Sky Blue New, and this one is a Make and Believe organic, and it's a little bit different for Christmas time, isn't it, to have all of the blues. It's still traditional with the you know, the snowmen and Christmas trees and all that kind of thing, the wreaths on the doors, but it's just a bit different to have that kind of colour palette with the blues in it instead of the traditional reds and greens. So okay, so plains wise, that's the hot tomato, that's the lime. This is a beautiful colour, that's a new one, that's called Orchid. Again, another Rose and Hubble. I'm going to keep samples of all of these down here so that we can compare and find something to match when we have new fabrics in for you. That one is a Rose and Hubble Sage, that's another new one. And I was just trying to look through the samples that I've got, because we do have another sage. That one's khaki, and they do sometimes look quite similar. What's this one? Oh, that's garden green. I think we've just gone out of stock of the garden green. So quite similar. The sage is a little bit more muted, but sages from different companies tend to look that little bit different. So that's the sage, that's a new one. Then this one, can't remember, I'll have to find my sample and have a look, so I'll hold the line a moment. Another Rose and Hubble, and that one is peach. Then this one, very similar but a little bit more pinky, and that one is the blush pink. And then we've got, oh gosh, can't remember what that one was called either. Oh, I haven't got a sample. Have a look under the new arrivals, they're all on there. And then I love this one as well, I think that's a really useful colour, that's the ochre. So some plain pink and some plain green. Well, we've got lots, Deirdre, on the website now. In fact, when you go into the warehouse, we've got like 2 walls full of plains, and which is lovely. I mean, the more plains the better, because it makes your pattern fabric go further, and it really makes the colours in your pattern fabric pop. So those are all the new ones. So nothing new pattern to show you today. I've just got all of these beautiful plains, and we do have more coming in as well. Hello Julie in Southern California. Sue, can't remember. Let me have a look. Can't remember how much they are. Don't normally do money. Let's get the website up and I'll show you. I'll see what that tealy coloured's called as well. So if you go to new arrivals on the website, £3.50 for half a metre. Dark cyan is what that one was called. And oh, we've got bundles of elastics as well. We've got loads of those. Can't guarantee what colour you're going to get, but they're only £1.50, and they're there's 15 meters of elastic there altogether, and we've got some new moon threads. Laura's snapped those up straight away. Those are your pre-orders. We've got a lot of Christmas fabric coming in as well, hopefully tomorrow. Won't be able to get it all on the website straight away because I said it's only me, and I have to be twice as careful because I'm the one that gets things wrong. The dark cyan, it's lovely, isn't it, Patricia? And I don't mind your emails. I just don't have time all of the time to answer them straight away, but I do pin them, and I've got a list of them all that I'm going to go through later on. So don't stop emailing. Irene, all the new fleece colours are on the website, but I can't see the white. I haven't got a white. I haven't got a white fleece. The soft ones are a pale pink, and I think it was called Orchid, but there isn't a white one. Hello, Nancy. I was certain I was 45 years old. How shocking! You felt 45 and then found out you were 75? How rude! If you feel 45, that's the main thing. Congratulations, happy birthday. Did your sister come over? Putting together 2 of your parcels, by the way. You've got a gnome book, and then there was something else, so I thought we'll save you a bit of postage and put them both together. 100 reels of moon thread. Alan, you must live in a warehouse. Machine likes it too. They've got some lovely colours as well. At the moment, it's trying to find space to put them, to be honest. Blue fleeces, that Sue? No, not at the moment. Not at the moment. Right. Chris Ann. All right. With all the kids on holiday, it's just twice as much work because I'm still writing books and doing projects for Half Your Club and everything else on top of what they normally do. So, but they're having a wonderful time, and that's the main thing. Going over to Tyler's tomorrow to water his plants. 2 dark cyans on the website. They must be different. Are they different brands, or have I told you I get things wrong? Have I put it on there twice? Let's have a look. I might have done. Dark cyan. Oh yes, we have got it on there twice. Fancy. That's more the colour. I'll get that one taken off. Sorry about that. I told you, it's all me. I'm better off leaving it to the kids, to be honest. Right. It's wetting lot low out here. Duke, not Julia. What have you been doing, Anne? I missed you. Right, interfacings. Now again, I'll show you the ones that we've got on the website. Basically, interfacing stabilisers, same kind of thing. Waddings, fleeces, all do the same job. They go behind your fabric and give stability to whatever it is you're making. So some are fleeces, some are polyester, some are cotton, some are woven, some are non-woven, some are fusible, some are not fusible. It is an absolute minefield, and when you've got so many different brands all making very similar things, it can be very confusing as well. So the ones that we have on the website, we've kind of simplified. So we do have 2 foams because we're going to trial out a new one, but we've only got 1 brand of fusible fleece. We've only got 1 brand of interfacing and the stiffeners and that kind of thing. So shall we start with the lightest ones? This is a G700. This is one of my favourites. It feels as lightweight as cotton, and it's got a scratchy side on one side. This is the fusible bit, so the scratchy side is the one that you iron onto your fabric. This is the one that I would use in a collar, or on a flap on a pocket, or on a placket if you're making a blouse. It's recommended, if you are dressmaking with it, that you use a fabric to the same weight as an interfacing to the same weight as the fabric that you're using, or lighter. So this is kind of the weight of an average cotton. So if you were making something like, what have I done with it? I got a little bit of dressmaking. Like Anne made this little waistcoat. To make that collar a little bit stiffer, that's the interfacing that I'd use inside there. But I've also used it on the bamboo handle bag because I wanted a little bit of firmness to it, but it's also gathered. So anything heavier than that, I wouldn't get the gather, it'd all puff out like this. So firmness wise, it doesn't make a bag that's going to stand up, it makes a bag that stands up on its own. It's still quite soft. You know, it's not a firm bag, but it's firmer than it would be if it was just cotton on its own, so it feels better and it does have more rigidity. So that's a Valiseline, it's woven, fusible, and it's called G700. That is one, again, that I do use that a lot. Okay, and these are under fusibles and stabilisers on the website, so look for a G700 for that one. G700 to, oh yes, that's a good idea, to put in straps if they're a bit flimsy, because again, anything heavier than that, then it can make your straps really chunky. This just, it'll, if you're using cotton, it doubles the thickness of the cotton, and I think that's a good way of putting it. The best wadding to use for oven gloves, I would use a heat reflectable Sarah, like this one. This is a Bosal, and again, this is the only one that we do. I know there are other brands out there and some don't have the silver bits on them, but this is the one that we do. So the silver side is the heat reflective bit, and the back side is a polyester, non-woven, so it feels like felt. And if you're making anything like oven gloves, you can quilt through it as well. Now I've not tested it, but I wouldn't say this is 100% you will never burn yourself. It's heat reflective, but it's still going to carry some warmth. But if you're making mats, pot holders, table runners, if it's your best table, then just test. No, don't test on your best table. I'd maybe put 2 layers of that. So this is the reflective side that goes out. So that would be on the outside. So this part goes against your, is that right? No, this part goes against your fabric. I don't honestly think it matters because it's heat reflective from this side. That little bit would, if I just peel it back, look, it's heat reflective from the opposite side as well. So the only difference is it's got to travel through that polyester to get there. Right. What did you tell me, Rita? The Pellon, oh, the Pellon 101. That's, I think Pellon has a similar range to Valiseline, if I'm right in saying that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Obviously they're going to be called different things, but I think they're similar companies, aren't they? They do similar things. This one, another Valiseline, I suppose Pellon do the same, and this is an H200. So it's about the same thickness as the G700, but this isn't woven. It's a non-woven. And it's not quite as firm. So again, if you're working with a lighter weight of fabric, that's going to help to stabilise it. This would be ideal if you have a stretch fabric that you wanted to stop stretching. So if you want to make a bag out of jersey, you can have a bouncy bag, but if you put a stabiliser behind it, it's not going to bounce. There's no reason as well why you can't layer up. So you can stabilise your fabric with this, then if you want it to be a bit thicker, stick another wadding on the back as well. Nobody's going to see on the inside of it. So if you feel that you wanted to add some wadding or a fleece or a fusible fleece to the inside, as well as this, that's absolutely fine. If you're stabilising necklines on stretch sweaters and things like that, then that's going to be ideal. It's really lightweight, that one. Kristen's getting cross with you. Only 57 thumbs up and there's 307 watching. So you see, frightened Patricia, she's done it straight away. Amanda's watching from Zakynthos. I've asked you before where that is and I can't remember. Just order for my nephew to bring to France is getting bigger. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that, Julie Jones. Thermalam, that's another one. I don't think Thermalam has the silver bit to it, if I remember rightly, but so these are the ones that I use anyway. Right, let's go a little bit firmer. What's that? That's G700, another piece of. Then let's go, oh, this one. This is a Villeslin again, H250. Now this feels a little papery, you can probably hear. It's fusible again, and the shiny side is a fusible side. So I'm thinking if you, if you wanted to again stabilise a fabric for bag making or crafting or book covers and things like that, that's the one that I wouldn't wear that because it does feel a little bit cardboardy. Stabilising memory bears, yes, I would go for either the G700 or the, what did I do with it, or the 200, either of those. Maybe the 700, it feels a little bit more fluid than the 200, not the 250. That I think is more for craft items. It's a little bit, I said, a little bit more papery. She's doing it, she's stamping her feet now. Christian's going to come round your place if you don't press the thumbs up. You know it's going to happen. H250 behind poppers and other class. Thank you, Rosina, that's a good idea. I mean, do feel free. If you're thinking, well, I don't use mine for that and I use this for this, or if you do use Pellon, which I'm not familiar with, but if you recognise this as something similar, then please come and recommend it, because there's people all around the country that can't get hold of the brands that I use, that you may be able to help there as well. Explain the benefits of woven and non-woven. I read, as far as I can see, the non-woven is a little bit firmer. When you feel them, it just feels a little bit firmer. So this one's the woven, and it feels like cotton, because that's, I mean, cotton's woven. This is still lightweight. Look, it's ever so, you can almost see through it, but it just doesn't have the weave. Does anybody else have a preference to woven and non-woven, and a reason why? Because I would use them both for practically the same things, but this one's got a little bit more drape. But if you know of a reason, June uses H250 to make purses. That's this one. Oh, sorry, that was 200, wasn't it? I wish they'd just call them what they are. Yeah, that one to make purses, said June. H250 for purses, that's a nice idea. Kath started labelling the interfacings as you get them. Oh dear. Good job we're not selling that. That is a good idea, otherwise you forget what they are. You do have to study them sometimes, don't they? I mean, what is this 200, 250, G700, 300, 350? What is it? Just call them what they are. So yes, labelling them I think is a good idea. Laura used a thermal to make a water bottle carrier for a friend, and she said it kept the water cool. Lovely, it's doing its job then. Let's go a bit firmer. This one is Decaville Light. So Decaville feels quite rubbery, quite leathery, and it's reasonably stiff, but it's very, very thin. It's like a sheet of paper thin. So if you don't want to, if you don't want the padding, if you're not quilting, then that's a good one. And if you're making something quite small as well, I think that would work really well, as opposed to Decaville Heavy, which is very stiff. Again, it's thin. It's about the thickness of a piece of cardboard. This bag, whoops, I used the light for, but you can see it gives a really nice crisp finish. It creases really well. It does iron on. Shiny side again is the adhesive side. But I think if you're making smaller items, if you're making purses, then you go for the lighter one. If you're making bigger bags, then I'd go for this one. I wouldn't use it on smaller things because it's quite difficult to turn through. Bigger bag is fine, but that will give a really nice stiff finish to, I'd say, bag making or boxes. If you like making boxes, then that's going to be fine as well. You can see how it stands up as opposed to the light, which is a little bit floppy. Laura likes the woven. You can iron from the woven side if your fabric doesn't like to be ironed direct. That's a good idea. Rosina says G700 is good when something needs gathering. Claire says when I iron the interfacing I find it wrinkles on my fabric. don't know, Claire, start in the centre and iron out. Don't have the iron that's too hot. Do have a look. I don't know what kind of interfacing you use, but have a look at the manufacturer's instructions, because some like steam and some don't. All of these like steam that I have. I like to steam mine on, but some of them, if you use steam, they don't really like it very much. Carol uses woven for most sewing, but think it's a G710 used for viscose, woven but a bit lighter than the G700. I should look about getting some of that, Carol. Still learning about these myself. Blodwyn sent away for samples of interfacing. Didn't cost much, but it's really helpful. We will get round to doing these samples at some point, but it's very costly and time consuming, but we must do that. Rosina says great for stability with binded edges rather than turning out. Kath made a tissue box cover and used Decaville Heavy, and it was a nightmare to turn through. Yes, they big bags, I'd say, for that. Big bags and boxes. Patricia says maybe it's too hot for your fabric. Maybe the iron's too hot for your fabric. It's happened to her before. Fusible Decaville Light. I didn't know they did one that isn't fusible, Elsie. It doesn't have to be. I'd maybe use a 505 spray if it's not fusible to make it fusible, or a 606, make it permanently fusible, or just make sure that it's sewn into the seams, because if you have something like this that isn't sewn into the seams, when you turn it through, it's just going to be all over the place. So, Chris Ann says H630 Pellon 987F. Thank you. H630s and 640s. So we're going to fleeces now. I haven't got both with me. This is a 640. So they're just different thicknesses. They're exactly the same. So this is a fusible fleece. Oh no, it's H630. Sorry, that's H630. I will get more stock in if we don't have it. Let's just see. Just have a look at that for a second while I get down on the floor and pick this up, because I've got a 640 as well, just to show you the difference.
Coffee?
Yes, please.
Sorry, I'm out of sync.
You can get back to the sink.
It's hot.
Thank you.
Oh, no, sorry.
I don't know if you wouldn't have understood that at all, because you can't see. He's talking out of sync. It's his birthday next week. Oh, week after next, we're going away. Tell you about that later. Hello, Julie's been cooking dinner. No, that's a 30. Let me just see if I've got one back here. Whoops, not in there, I don't. No, I don't. So, I'll show you on the smaller bit. This one I will use for so many different things. I use it for bags. Let's start with 640. This was a $640. So $640 for that one. But it's on the back of canvas, so that makes a really sturdy bag. It's a foam. It's polyester. It's fusible on the one side, so the dots are the fusible bits. It's easy to sew through. It's really soft. You can use steam with this one, and that's 630, and it's just under 1/4 inch thick. So it's all washable. It's just really easy. Oh, Carol says she printed off the Valiseline guide. Each time I get a new interfacing, I staple a sample to the description. That is such a good idea, both fused to the fabric and on its own. It helps me to keep track of what I want to use. Brilliant, Carol. That is such a good idea, because again, I've used so much of this. I can normally tell by looking at it and feeling it whether it's 630 or 640. 630 is slightly thinner than 640. It looks the same, it feels the same, it works the same way, just very slightly thinner. So 640s gives a little bit more stability. But I like this for things like wall hangings, bags, or cushion covers. Cushion covers that are quilted. You don't have to use an 80-20 wadding or a quilting wadding. you just stick to this to the back and quilt through it, and it gives a really luxurious feel to the cushion cover as well. So this is, I think, my most used interfacing are the fleeces, either of them, 630 or 640. So if we have a look at, we've just got gnomes everywhere. I've only got the one bag. I can point to things all around here that I've used 630 on. I've got the animal quilt down there, and the little bags, drawstring bags, pouches, zip pouches, because you don't have to trim it back to the seam. So if you're doing a letterbox zip, it will turn through, it will fold over at the top of your bag, it will gather if you're making a drawstring bag. That is just really, really useful. Just the thickness, Andrea. H640 is slightly thicker than H630, that's the only difference. Laura loves H640 and H630. Keep in stock all of the time. Debbie taught me that you can join, so don't. Oh yes, you do. You can join. Don't throw away small pieces. And the same with your quilting wadding as well. So if you have 2 pieces, don't throw that away. If you just iron that onto fabric, it creates like a hinge, and it opens up. So I would sew it together first of all. And I'll just show you what I do, just what I do. To do that, I would line the 2 pieces up with the join right down the centre of my foot, go to a zigzag stitch and just sew over the top. So you can see I've got the 2 pieces there that I'm just bringing together to join, which would work even better if I got a thread in the bobbin. But you get the idea. That's what I do. Just zigzag stitch from one side to another, and that'll hold it together. I said if you don't, you get that kind of. You can see it. You can see where the join is. Oh, that's all right, no problem. Oh, you can, Jean. Yes, we used to have that adhesive tape to join wadding. You can get it to join bowsel as well, if I remember rightly. No, Julie, it doesn't. It just says what they are at the moment. Julie says, does it say on your website what they're used for? I don't think it does. I think it says what they are. The squirrel bag behind me, that would have been, hang on, I didn't make this one. This is one of Sheena's, H640 on that one. So, when you work with fabric a lot, you can tell by feeling it normally what it is. So that would have been H640. This is H640. No, it's not. That is H630. Smaller projects, again, I didn't make this one. I think that was Janice. But not trimmed back to the seam, so where the edge folds over when you put in the zip in, it gives a nice finish, but it is nice to quilt through. You still get that effect where the stitches sink into the fabric. Patricia loves the squirrel bag. I've got those in stock at the moment. Must get some more of those panels. We do have the woodland panels in stock, by the way. We've got a new delivery of those today as well. Oh, thank you, Jan. Oh, thank you, Laura. Thank you. This is off the website. It's the linen mix. What's happening on your live this Saturday is it for? Deirdre, I'm going to do the regular live at 11 o'clock in the morning, and then at 4 o'clock it is only on the Half Yard Club website, and it's members only. Yes, I think there is a guide on the Half Yard Club Light Interfacing and Wadding, Jean. I think there is, but it's written, so sometimes it's quite nice to actually see things, isn't it? But yes, there is. Thank you. Just like have family and friends. Oh, nice, Sheila. Oh, Christine's she's a bit happier. We've got 125 thumbs up now. I think she's calmed down a bit. She's not going to come round to your place after all. Whew. The hedgehog panel. Is that the blue one or that one? Because we've got those in today. The woodland ones. Yes, but I'm not sure when. We need to order some more of those. Can I ask if Create and Craft got an issue with Every, as they say they've dispatched my order, but on tracking Every says they're still waiting for it. Yes, they do have an issue with Every. Well, actually, they don't too much. I was stamping my feet a bit the other day. I don't do that very often. But I was in there for a meeting on Monday and I was complaining to anybody that would listen to me about Every. And it seems that they have a lot of problems with Every, but it just seems to be me. So yes, they do have issues with Every sometimes, but it just seems to be with me it's every time. Yeah, so I'm sorry about that. There's absolutely nothing we can do about it at the moment. All I can do is keep complaining. And I said, like, near enough 500 orders just sitting there waiting. Have they come? Have they come today? No, she hasn't messaged me yet, so we're at 4:45 and they haven't turned up again. So far, you know, they're still working, so I'll give them their due. They may turn up at some point. I don't know what to do with them. What else do I do with all these orders? Yes, Andrea. If it works, when you go onto the Half Yard Club website, it'll be on the home page and there'll be a video there. And you can place comments on it as well. I might do another little test just to make sure I'm getting it right. So yeah, just sign into the Half Yard Club account and it will be there on the home page. Thing is, it's all set up and it's ready to go, but I'm doing it over the weekend when nobody's in. So if I have any problems getting on there, I'm going to have to figure it out myself. There will be a clock on it. So I thought that was my niece messaging me to say that Every beam, it's not. Yeah, there'll be a clock and a countdown. So I think that's more for my benefit, so that I know that it's actually working. I might put that live first thing in the morning, just to make sure. 4 o'clock out. 4 o'clock over on the Half Yard Club website. Said I will miss the. Oh no, you're going to be flying to Denver to take my daughter back to college. Oh, Rita. Oh, we're going to have quizzes. I've written a birthday ditty because it's our 5th birthday on Half Yard Club, and. Oh, name the gnome. Because the gnome book's out, isn't it? So name the gnome. Oh, Kath wants to know a dress code. Oh, what should we try? Well, it's the 5th birthday, so we've got to wear party gear, haven't we? So yes, a party gear, please, with a hat. Alternatively, you can dress up as a gnome. Been very busy with gnome drawings. I'm going to test them all out on you on Saturday, and then I'm going to do them as the quiz on Seamless Sunday on Create and Craft. Yeah. Celia says, I've told Create and Craft so many times Every please select own word. They lost about 15 of my parcels. Like, oh no. Keep complaining to them, won't you? Because they'll have to take notice eventually. They'll have to. And can't make the live. Oh, Reed says, come dress as Party Pete. The brown figure on the shelf next to Party Pete, this one here, that's Tatty. She's one of the gnomes from my gnome book. Do you want to meet her? So she's a scarecrow. Come here, Tats. Love her. There she is. So she's all kind of make-do. She's got raffia hair and raffia sticking out of her gloves, and she's got patches on her hat and patches on her shoes. Love the little boots. These are all interchangeable, by the way. She's got a little skirt on, which is all frayed and tied around the waist with a bit of string. So if you wanted to make the hat for one of the other gnomes, or put shorter legs on her, some of the gnomes have just got like boots on the end of the bodies instead of legs, then you can do. So again, you can mix and match them all. But she's my scarecrow, Tatty the Scarecrow. What? Oh, Patricia, you don't know what the Half Yard Sewing Club is? I can show you. Shall we talk about the rest of this interfacing first? And then I'll show you if you like. It's a sewing club. It's a subscription-based sewing club for anybody anywhere in the world. Let's talk bow saw. Right. This one isn't. Let's pop down there. This is the Styleville. So this is Vallisoline's version of Bosal. It's so similar, you probably wouldn't know the difference unless you put two together. So let's put two together. This has got like a knobbly bit, which is the adhesive side. Bosal's a bit more obvious. It almost looks like it's got almost looks knitted. They're both foams. You can see the Styleville is slightly thicker than the Bosal, but it's actually softer. But they both give a firmness to whatever it is you're making. Bags, boxes particularly. This is a bag that Janice made using Bosal, and you can see it's a big bag and it will stand up. But it's easy to sew. You don't need anything special on your sewing machine. You don't need a walking foot. You don't need a denim needle. Denim needle may help with thicker fabrics, but it gives a really nice firmness. It does make the seams go a little bit round if you sew through it, but you can cut it back to the seam if you wanted those seams to be really pristine and square. This is what I used to make the boxes with. Remember the boxes with the lids on Half Yard Club? And it's lovely to quilt with as well. The cushion at the back with the foxes on, it's quilted through as well. But you can see again, if you're making boxes, firm bags, tote bags, larger items, then that's the one that I'd use. It's washable, it's polyester, and it's fusible. Patricia says you have to join Half Yard Club even if it's just to make Party Pete and Wonky Street. It is a bit expensive, Andrea. It comes from America. I don't know why it's that kind of price. The Styleville's a little bit more as well. I do have my own brand of Bosal on the website, so I do like it so much that I put my name to it. Is that Lorna? Is that Lorna? Nope. Bosal is fantastic, says Nikki. H630 the squirrel. I think it was H640 for the squirrel bag, Julie, for that one. I didn't make that one. And Lorna's hoping to be there too. Okay, finally we've got wadding. So this is an 80-20, which is something that I would use for quilting, particularly if you're quilting something that you're going to have over your knee, or a bed quilt, something that you want to be breathable and soft and comfortable and easy to work with and natural. So this is an 80-20, which means it's 80% cotton and 20% polyester, so you get the best of both worlds. The polyester stops it from shrinking too much. You might get about 1% shrinkage, and the cotton means that it's soft and it's breathable and it's absorbent. Now this one, it's quite a new one that we've got on the website at the moment, has been needle punched, so you can see it's kind of pitted all over, and that's to hold all the fibres together. Usually with wadding, it will tell you the distance apart that you can actually quilt it. Still wants a ditty about Party Pete and Wonky Street. I'll have a think about that. So yeah, so it's incredibly soft. The needle punching just means that it's all held together, so it's not going to kind of separate, so that means it's really hard wearing as well. Jane's going to make a booklet of all of the interfacing and foam, make it easier to pick the right one. That is a good idea. So this is big. As it comes off the roll, that's half the width. It's folded over, so it's really, really big. It's not very thick, but it's so soft. So that I'd use for quilting. Join your leftover pieces together. No reason why you can't use it for bag making or cushion covers and things like that as well, but I think primarily that one I would use for quilting, and then the fusible fleece I would use if I was making any craft items. Patricia wants a ditty too. Takes me just to wash these. Not sure how hot you can wash this one, Linda. It should say on the instructions, because they'll all vary from manufacturer to manufacturer. So if you have a look on the website, it should be on there. Otherwise, most manufacturers would recommend 30-degree wash or cool wash. What size is that big bag? This one? I don't know. Don't want to measure it. What was I going to do when we talked? I was going to show you Half Yard Club. Do it in one ear, out the other. Right. What have we got in there? I've actually been using. I need to send this back to Janice, but I've been using it, Janice. This is 18 inches square, and the Gusset is that would have been 4 inches, and the strap would be 22 inches, and that looks like it's by 5, 1.5, 3 inches, 3.5 inches folded over. Hope that helps. So, who wanted to know about Half Yard Club? I've forgotten. I said forgot. Oh, Marie. Oh, I don't know. Centimeters. What did I say? 18 inches square is. Hang on a minute. 46 centimeters, and the base is 10 centimeters, and the handles are 56 centimeters. Right. And gnome sock slippers and a matching cushion. We're going nomad, Ellen. Nomad. So the big, done that. The length. It was 18 inches square, Chris-Anne. So same length as it was across. Let's have a look at Half Yard Club then. I want to see if anybody's made Party Pete yet. So I can't remember who was asking, but this is it. So on Saturday, this is what it's going to look like before you've signed in. So if you want to have a look on halfyardsewingclub.com, you can have a look at the sewing projects. You can't see the instructions for them, but you can have a look at the projects that are available for you. And you have 48 plus a block of the month. So once a month, on the first of the month, your main project will have a video, and your secondary project doesn't have a video. You'll have step-by-step instructions, and everything is downloadable. So these aren't kits that are sent out. There's nothing posted. Everything is downloadable. Let's sign in. So that. Oh, hang on a minute. I don't know what I've done there. So that's that. I haven't saved my email properly. Is that the one? That'll do. When you sign in, this is what it's like. So here is where the video is going to be on Saturday. You do need to be a paid up member. Oh, look, there we go. They've done it. Next Club Live, 2 days, there we go. So, counting down. So when this gets closer to the day, there'll be a screen here, and that's where it's going to come. Okay? So I wanted to have a look at Pete, didn't I? Oh, Rita, I got your email. Rita sent me a picture of the lips that she'd made with a handle on them in glossy red fabric. That looked amazing. Let's have a look. That's the project. Don't want to show you that. No, we haven't got pictures from that one, have we? Oh, not yet. I wonder if Rita's put her lips on here. Oh, there she is, look! Don't you love that? Oh, and that's one of my handles as well. Amazing! Love it. And that's the inside, very glamorous. Oh, I love the red teeth on there as well. Amazing. This one is Yvonne from Tennessee. She's done Barbie lips. So this is one, actually, one of the first projects, and that's Julie, that we brought you on the club, and it's one that came back. So the project stayed there for 2 years, but we just go and keep bringing them back again. So you've actually got a lot more than 48 projects when you first join up. Has anybody made Party Pete yet? I want to see them. I want to see those on the website. The photos of Pete at the back. Are they? Let me have a look. Move you over there and have a look. Party Pete. Where's he gone? Bottom of the page. I'm just scrolling down because I don't show the instructions because people pay for that. Ha! Look, here we are. Why have they gone down there then? How do I make them bigger? I'll have to have a look at that. So here's that one. Why can't I see those bigger? I don't like that. Oh well, look closely. Aren't they lovely? Aren't they fantastic? Oh, look at his little look. I know you can't see very much, but they're so cute. Oh, look. Love them. So I think he was a popular one. Nancy's added ties to the box. So much fun to make. Which box was it? The one that I made the other day? Nice idea. There's the flashy red lips with the Betty Boop line. I know Patricia, very glam. Hello, Lynn. It's 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock on Saturday, Laura. Love the half yard. Alan says, love the half yard club. The projects are so clear and easy to follow without being patronising. Best value for money. Changed my subscription from monthly to annual. Thank you very much. Thank you. If you click on the pictures, they don't come up big, Maria. Right, I'll do it now. Are we up to date there? Right, need to pop off. Countdown has went for a while. Has it, Leslie? I should look more often. Didn't know the countdown had been up. Right. I look at the ask a member, but I tend not to. I just go on there and click on ask a member and see if anybody needs any help with anything. Okay, so let's see who's over here. So I'm going to be back again. What day is it today? It's Wednesday. I shall be back again on Saturday at 11. We'll make something, don't know what. And then 4 o'clock just on Half Yard Club. Oh, I need to find out what book Search Press are giving away as well, because they've put together a whole pile of books to give away. And Cass says Half Yard Sound Club's good value, thank you. Karen John says really fun to make Party Pete. Julie says Half Yard Club is the best club going and well worth the money. Thank you. Thank you, Shelley. Oh, the Half Yard box. Oh yes. Oh, nice, Nancy. That'd be nice. Have you put pictures on? I must have a look. I must check. Right. So your Saturday morning here at 11 o'clock. Saturday afternoon, Half Yard Club 5th birthday party, and then Sunday I've got Seamless Sunday, which is a 6-hour show on Create and Craft, and we're going to be launching my gnome book on the channel. They've actually done a good deal, but they won't. The books are signed, they're book plates, but they won't be signed personally. I've still got them on pre-order on the website if you want a personally signed one. See you, Zakaya, darling. The first month's try. Yes, Mel, you can get a month for free. You'll need to fill in all of your details, and when you go down to the final section where you check out, there's a coupon box, and you put the word welcome in capital letters, and we don't charge you for that first month. We're away. I'm here next Wednesday. It's the weekend after. We're only going away for a couple of days, and that will be from the 5th, 6th and 7th, I think I want to say. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it's just that Wednesday that I'm not going to be here. Going away with Bobbin to the seaside. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Jean. Don't be wonky. Join the Half Yard Sound Club, says Nancy. Don't be wonky. Christine, you got 151 thumbs ups, Christine. Are you happy with that? Not going around to kneecap anybody then. We're all right. We're all right with that one. Could do better. I know. Maybe next time. A gnome panel. Oh, they wanted me to do one for the book launch this week, but it takes ages. I just didn't have time to do it. Leslie's planned her housework around Debbie Shaw. I don't think I've ever had housework planned around me before, Leslie. See you all Saturday. Thank you, June. Still be able to join the live. Not the 4 o'clock one, Tina, unless you're a member of the Half Yard Club. That's just for Half Yard Club members. But on 11 o'clock in the morning, absolutely. No, Jennifer's going to the other side of the country. Not sure where. Over on the east coast somewhere. Anyway, going to go. I shall see you again Saturday. Thank you for your company today. I'll try and do something with these samples and get little bundles put together at some point. I'll get somebody to put little bundles together at some point. Anyway, I shall see you soon. Better go. You hang up first. I'll see you later. Bye bye. I'm not going yet. Not if you're on your 3-month trial, Tina, but if you join and you've paid, then you get to see the live. I've been told that's the way that it works. I don't know how they do it, but I've been told that's the way they work. So you could join up now, and see if you want to be a member or not, and if you're happy with it, then go through and pay, and then you should be able to see it on Saturday. See you Saturday, Leslie. I am going now, honestly. Okay. Bye. Oh, bye Kate, bye Mary, bye Linda, bye Tina, bye Sandra, bye Dee, bye everybody. Bye Rita, bye Maria, bye Nora, bye Angela. Go on, go, bye.